It's another beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Rubbin'minds. Welcome. My name is Ebuka Obiuchi, and thanks a lot for joining us on another beautiful show here today. Another eventful week in Nigeria. Lots going on, but we're going to be kicking off the show today talking about youth and the future that they hold in a country like this, whether it's empowerment and the challenges and hopefully solutions that should come with them. The Nigerian youth population basically runs the country as it is now. They constitute over 60% of the Nigerian population, and it continues to grow. So it's very important that we realize the potential that's there and harness it fully, which is why we're joined today by a very special guest from our Abuja studios, the Honorable Minister of Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande. Thanks a lot for joining us today. How are you doing, sir?
Thank you very much. I'm good. Very good.
Very well, thank you. So just to kick things off, to give us a bit of an insight into what's been going on with your ministry, a lot of young people, rightfully or wrongfully, tend to feel detached from the Ministry of Youth because they feel like it's just this symbolic thing that's there, and it doesn't necessarily look out for young people as much as they should. What's been going on in the past couple of years with your ministry, and what should Nigerians be excited about?
Thank you very much. I agree with you that, because I'm also coming from that demography, I agree with you totally that the young people feel disconnected from the government, and that is why the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria go into young people to own the ministry, to change the narrative of what it has been before. And I used to say it, I don't blame them, because for over 40 years, there has been a disconnection between the government and the young people. So now we are here, I am here, to make the ministry visible. And how can we make it visible? It is a vision we have for it. What's the vision? We want to operate an open ministry that is going to be for the youth. And I call it a slogan, and it is time for youth for youth. And most of the things we are doing now, we are trying to put in place, is that let us look at it carefully. Do government have an empowerment? Do government have a support? Do government protect the young people? So that is why the vision tends towards supporting the young people, empowering the young people, and protecting the young people. And if there's anything this government is going to do today, or we are doing today, or with the template we are putting up today, is to protect it. And we look at it. Let me start from 2024. When you look at the budget, to talk about government first before partnership, when you look at the budget of 2024, we have over 800 plus youth initiative not stay in the ministry. The ones stay in the ministry is around 2.5% of over 100% of youth initiatives. But since it is one government, what we are saying is that we have a dashboard now. Before, it doesn't exist before. We have a dashboard, which is called Youth Activities Dashboard. We go there, we look at those initiatives, we look at those ones that are ongoing, we look at those ones in different ministry, science and tech, innovations, agric and all that, and we tap into it. We have a dashboard. We even have initiatives in different other MDAs and parastatals. We are not saying that bring it to Ministry of Youth, but we want to be part of it. We want to look into it so that one is going to empower the young people. It's going to support areas to support the young people, and in other way to protect the young people. And within a short period of time too, we've looked into the way that, okay, let's see, how can you empower the young people? The only point of empowerment that is real, if we really want to speak true to ourselves, it is giving the young people the skills. And for those that have the skills, upscaling their skills. And with this, we've come up with the forum of having the formal youth, explaining the formal youth and the informal youth. And we are saying that we have a youth, that there is a big concentration, there's a platform, which is the formal youth, which we have over 480,000 young core members in the National Youth Service Corps. And majorly, those are minority. We have a large numbers of young people that are informal youth, that are dead, that nobody are looking up to, nobody's talking to, they can't read, they can't write, they have a skills, some of them does not have a skills. How can we upskill their skills? What areas can we come into to see that, okay, this, after getting the skills, how can they get empowered? And the government initiative about the NYIF, youth investment fund that is up. And we said, see, a lot of people have said, when is it coming up? I personally believe in good process. I believe in good foundation. Because a foundation that is not well laid, there is no how you will go there, then you're not going to fumble. And see, this is the first time we have a youth as a minister. So I must come up. I must set the precedent so that all other youths can be appointed into a particular position. So the foundation of the handship, the foundation of everything is being laid. And for years, I got into this October last year, and I can tell you that the dashboard is running now. The handship is in the process. By the time we did a revalidation, people will start getting the fund.
Okay, I'm very happy. Sorry to cut you in there.
Them so that it can.
Sorry to cut you in, Honorable Minister. I'm very glad that you said a few things there because, I mean, you're capturing a lot of the things I'm thinking about. Yes, you are. It's the first time probably we're having a young person as Minister of Youth, so that's very, very important. But you touched on something that I actually want to expand on, you know. The informal sector, a lot of young people are there. And, you know, you have all these initiatives. I mean, we drive around the streets of Nigeria. It's every day. I'm sure it happens in Abuja as well, in Lagos, in the east, in the north, wherever it is across this country. You drive on a daily basis and you just see young people, young men just sitting, doing nothing. Everywhere. Everywhere. And the constant talk is about the fact that this is a ticking time bomb if these people are not engaged, gainfully employed, whether it's with skills or whatever it is. So I like the fact that you're talking about these initiatives, but a lot of these people don't know that these things are happening. They don't even know how to find out that these things are happening. So I guess the thought is there has to be a deliberate attempt to get these people off the streets. How is that going to work?
Yeah, thank you very much. You will recall that there is a slogan of a campaign that I tell you the other time. I spoke about it, but I think in different occasions. And as I was Minister of State for Youth before. And when I was Minister of State for Youth, I asked myself, when to talk to myself, that I'm a product of those people that we are talking about. Majority of people like me started from the street. We're outside there, we halt, we do a lot of things to make life easy for ourselves, the little way we can. So the major important thing that we are going forward to, because of the policy, because of the ministries, because of how the government works, that we are going to is serious engagement. And that is why collaboration, we are setting a space by in the next 2 months. And that is why I don't want to come here or come on any this thing without a figure or without saying that this is what we've done, this is what we are going to do. No. These are the things we are in now. So we are putting in collaboration, and it's because of the arm of the government. When you have a federal government, you have a state government, you have a local government. We are proposing to have a greenhouse where we are going to have an interactive sections within the artisans in each local government. We want to see how we can have a youth 2 skills, and we want to see how we can have a local government a product. And how can we get this? We need an aggressive engagement. We are going to that. We are going to kickstart some in Akwa Ibom, pick 2 in different states, like a startup, collaborate with all the commissioners. And there is no how you can get an engagement, even the road of Lagos, Abuja, or whatever, if there is no collaboration within the arms of the government. And that is why we are putting it through now. That see, it is time to collaborate. Even the ministries in the state, any ministry of youth in the state must be active. It is Ministry of Youth Development or Ministry of Youth Development, Talent, and all that. And it's still based on youth. And even with the programs you do, I can tell you for free that the large numbers of Nigeria watch Big Brother Nigeria when it starts. And what they put into it, every household in the local area wants to watch it. So we are putting up to collaborate with a large numbers of you, probably in the media, enough media, in the local government, having youth greenhouse. Just come to the greenhouse, come and tell them what you want to do. We want to engage with you. And part of it is the forthcoming, that is coming very soon. By this week, there's going to be a message to Nigerian youth about it, is a confab that is going to come up. We are going down to the grassroots. It is not as business as issue. It's not about staying in Abuja and you want to know everything that happens. No. What happens in Kano is different from what happens to the young people in Ondo, where I come from. It's different from what happens to people in Bayelsa, in the south, in the southeast. We need to harness this thing, bring it together, look at for broad solution. And the major solution, that a major problem that we are facing is unemployment. So how can we tackle unemployment? Is when we have growth. How can the growth comes in? the capital and the human capital. Is the president dealing with the human capital? Fine. The capital, fine, yes. You can see that now we said no student should go out of school because he cannot pay school fees. If the state government is doing their own, the federal government is doing their own, there's internal collaboration, it is going to work well. They are going to get off street. Most of the people that are on the streets selling waters and all that is because they cannot pay school fees. But now we are saying if you cannot pay school fees, go and get the student loan. And any government that is talking about getting student loan is telling you that even before you are done with the school, there is a preparation, there is a level of grant that the capital building of a country, economic balance of a country to create an enable environment for the young people to thrive.
Okay.
So we are moving into greenhouse. Very soon it's going to be active, that we engage directly through the commissioners of the youth, SSA, to the governors, community development, others, a donor agency, and everybody.
Okay.
We put ourselves and we go back to the grassroots.
All right.
I'm so much concerned about the grassroots, which are the informal youth.
I just want to pivot a bit.
When
Sorry to cut you because we're trying to just manage our time. Apologies there. I just want to pivot a bit now. And I know this might not necessarily be under your purview, but I mean, probably in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, we keep hearing all these figures, you know, about the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria. Sometimes we hear, I think from the UNICEF, they say 1 in 3 children is out of school. That's close to about 12 million or over that. If you include secondary school students, it goes about 20 million people or 20 million young Nigerians who are out of school. If you look around the world, especially the countries we like to emulate, who have gone from underdeveloped to developed in a short period of time, they all focus on education, especially the Asian tigers we like to tout very often. We can't do this without educating our people, and there doesn't seem to be a conscious effort to do that. Now, it might be an education issue, but it is also young people who are affected, and it is the future of Nigeria. Is there anything the Ministry of Youth is doing in this direction to try and start reversing this trend? The numbers are, for want of a better word, ridiculous by global standards. The number of young Nigerians who have no education, none at all. Is the ministry doing anything about this?
Thank you very much. The first thing is this. Then you ask yourself, what attracts you to education? One of those things that attracts some of us to education, to school, I remember the first day I stepped my foot in Christ School, Ado Ekiti. I look at my left and I saw uniform organizations and all that. We know you get involved in different activities. You look at it, are these things still there? Do we even recognize them? Are those things, are the curriculums? Is the education attractive? That's the first thing. And you can see that one thing that the government is doing, and which this the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing, is collaborating with other agencies and parastatals. I can tell you for free that what is happening before in Ministry of Education is not happening now. And I am aware, because we're involved and we discuss every time, that we are going back to make even the primary school attractive for the young people, so that at least a young person will have the plight, we have in head that, see, I want to go to school. I want to be part of those people that are doing this. I saw some people in so things, learning this, learning that. The counselorship, because a lot of people don't know what counseling is all about, so that they can come closer. And Ministry of Youth is collaborating with.
Sorry to cut you, but when is this going to happen? Because we're hearing a lot of. You seem to know what the issues are. We're talking about, you know, what's going to be done. I mean, you're lining out a lot of the problems that we already know is there, and what was there before, and what should be fixed. A lot of shoulds is what I'm hearing from you. It doesn't seem to. I mean, whether I would like it or not, May 29th is a few weeks away, right? Sorry, let me just finish. May 29th is a few weeks away. 2 years of this presidency will be done. Election cycle, whether we like it or not, starts. And all of these things become very secondary. So it's very concerning that we don't seem to have anything concrete.
Education line does not need to deal with election cycle. And that's one of those problems that we are facing as a country. You must section educational thing, whatever you want to do in education, whatever you want to do about young people should be young people, not because of election line. Nobody's going to use that to come and campaign. And we've said, see, if we cannot put the education sector to the youth, which is the foundation of the young people, we can't get it right. And I'm saying that the Minister of Education is on with that, and that is what he's doing to put the educational straight, so that a lot of young people will have the upfront to go to school and said we want to go to school. And it depends on the geopolitical settings or geographics that we have. Is it in this place? Is it in this place? You must. And that is why I say that we are collaborating with Ministry of Education to make the educational attractive, to make the education of this thing attractive to them so that they can be free to go to school and said we want to go to school. That's really to make it attractive to them. Bring back all the lost glory and make sure that the curriculum is being shaped to benefit the young people, that the Gen Z or whatever we call it, that are informed now.
Can I hold you to a timeline?
The mindset of going to school.
I want to get a commitment from you. Do you have a target of what unemployment should be at the end of this 4 years? Do you have a target of what the number of out-of-school children should be at the end of this 4 years? You should have a number. You should have a target you're working towards.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
I said, I want to get a commitment from you. As the minister, I'm sure you have a target for certain things, right? I mean, I would be surprised if you don't. What numbers do you want to see with regards to unemployment?
You can get
what numbers?
You can get a number from him.
I mean, you have to have a commitment. What's your target for out-of-school children by the end of this 4 years?
Target for out-of-school children for 4 years?
Do you have a number? Do you have a number for unemployment you want to reach?
Light on that.
What about employment numbers?
Employment numbers?
Yeah, with all of these drives, you're trying to encourage entrepreneurship.
In a wave, and I said, what we have in NIA, I call it an initiative that we're trying to put on, Nigerian Youth Academy. Our priority is to put skills to the young people. And we are saying in 2 years, we want to train, either train skilled or unskilled, or try as much as possible to upscale the skills of the young people. Like in 2 years' time, we want to see at least a youth in this country have 2 skills. And over 7 million youth can have the skills, because we have drawn the trend line. We are going to open it up both for the formal and for the informal. And we are going to collaborate with the state and the local government so that we can make it work. So it will be my joy to have a large numbers of young people having skills, fully empowered, and get fully empowered to make sure that in couples of months, they can also empower a lot of people.
Great stuff. I mean, you said you came into power. I mean, you came into the office, sorry, just in October. So you've just been in for a few months now. A year in October this year, what do you hope to have achieved? Because, like I said, the task is daunting, whether we like it or not.
To empower the youth,
you have a lot of work to
support the youth, and to protect the young people.
Sorry, can you take that again?
To empower the young people, at large numbers that we can, to support the young people, and to protect the young people.
Are there some sectors you're particularly looking at? Because we look at what's happening in technology, in the IT space. I mean, young people are doing amazing things there, in entertainment as well. Are there specific sectors you're targeting? I mean, agriculture is also a big thing for this government.
Yeah, we look into 5 parts of it: youth in sports, youth in education, youth in agriculture, youth in tech, and youth in entertainment. So these 5, we are going to see what we can do to collaborate with other ministries, with what we have, to empower them. And we are going to look at our initiatives that we have also, that we are going to work with, like the NIA that I talked about, like internship, and with the NYSC to change the view of the thing, so that the 1 year is going to be a 1 year of training, going out of the scheme, and get something to do. So we have, even if it is the number that you have in the NYSC, that's over 480,000. So we are looking at how we are going to engage them and make sure that they are empowered in tech, in agriculture, and education, and entertainment.
All right. I guess we should just wrap on a final note now, because there's been a lot of, conversations around a lot of social vices that a lot of young people are falling into now, whether you talk about illicit drugs or things around that, you know. And I mean, you can blame it on the fact that people are idle and fall into these things. There's also an argument about legalizing some of these narcotics, because a lot of countries are doing that anyway, and there's even revenue to be made from there. Is this something the ministry is also looking at? Because a lot of young people need to be active, you know, to be empowered.
Yes, let me say this, that, you know, we concentrate on unemployment, and I can tell you that also it is when an enabling environment is being created, that is when you see a lot of young people that they are going to think straight and to engage them so that they won't also get themselves involved in drugs. So it cannot be government only. All the things will also come from the parents, from the schools and all that. So we are working to have an initiative that we called Your Act, that's the Youth Act, which we are going to sit down, also partner with different agencies, UN and others, to make sure that we go back to the root where the problem is. You cannot just pick it from the fact that, okay, because they are not engaged, fine. That is why they are not thinking well, or they are involved in drug, they are involved in this and that. No, fine. When we engage them, when they know the right thing to do, and we must start from the root. That is why I said with education too, we are going back to the schools. We are going back to everywhere, to go out with NAS, National Youth Council of Nigeria, and all other groups, youth groups, to have an aggressive campaign that if you use this, it's not going to help you. If you do this, it's not going to do this. So that we can have a youth that is thinking. The mental health is very important. It's very important to us. And until when you have a youth that thinks straight, that does not take drugs, abuse, or all that, and that is when you can have a country, because it's their country, and the government is their government. So we are making it open. We are looking into it to see that, okay, what can we also do to make sure that the thinking act, to re-engineer and to rescope the brain of how they think about things, how we make sure that they don't use drugs and all that. So it's an aggressive campaign. So from now to the next 1 year, it is engagement, engagement, engagement. When you engage them, when you are not far away from them, when you have an open policy, when you are with your people and you know that they know that you are for them, which we are doing now. We run an open door policy. We want everybody. Ministry of Youth is not a ministry that you need to get an appointment before you see anybody. We are opened and we want to engage them. Go back to the grassroots and let them know that these are the things you don't need to do. These are the things you need to do. So we're also, by next week, the Ministry of Health is going to be launching a youth platform on a platform that is involving the youth on mental health challenges. Okay. And we are doing the campaigns. We are partnering with people to make sure that we get this done. All right. Thank you very much, the Honorable Minister of Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande. Looks like you have a lot of commitment, a lot of work to do. So hopefully we can get you back here in October when you would have been in office for at least a year to get feedback on how things are going. Thanks a lot for joining us today. Thank you very much. Don't just stand there teasing me. Now it's time to show